you called it multiple times on your Twitter feed today, an avalanche, the transfer portal. What is happening today and why?
Today's the day it starts, this period for the next month and a half, where you're going to see lots of good players, lots of players who were big recruits who maybe haven't panned out, all sorts of it, activity going in. I mean, we've already seen a bunch of quarterbacks, DJ Uiagalelei, who had the Dr. Pepper commercial last year, former 5-star quarterback at Clemson. He's from here in LA, huge arm, has had a really up and down go at Clemson. Devin Leary at NC State, who was this starting quarterback, put up big numbers, but is hurt now. Keaton Slovis, who started at Pitt, started at USC. You're going to see so many guys that are flooding in today, tomorrow, and beyond. And one of the things that was interesting, especially in the, as it relates to like Slovis, people are like, okay, because I had talked to him and he said, yes, I'm going in. But they're like, coaches are waiting. When is he actually in? Because I want to talk to him. And, you'll see this. How does this, jive with the rest of high school recruiting? Because you have to, budget your roster. But it is a different level of recruiting that's going on now. And I think you'll see a lot of guys who've had I know you're going to see a lot of guys who've had really good seasons who are going to say, all right, this was my situation here. What can you guys do for me? Basically telling, all the rest of college coaches, what can you do for me? What can your NIL people do? Why should I go there? Like it is really open season and free agency.
That's it. So is this the way it's going to be from now on? Is that the college football playoff makes its announcement after, I'm assuming there won't be any conference championship games still around 10 years from now when we have a Super League formed. But as for the moment, college football playoff committee makes its announcement. Playoffs are set. Heisman Trophy's coming up, and free agency begins? Is that basically the way that we're going to?
We'll see how it goes, because I think they always tweak it and see, okay, there's some issues that came up with this. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, the fact that the portal is one thing and the NIL situation is so murky right now, I think that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But when I say it makes them a lot uncomfortable, I also think, it's almost like Christmas for all these coaches.
Yes.
Because in one sense, roster management, I think they've already come to the realization roster management is not the same as what it was 2 years ago. And these guys are all control freaks, and they've kind of realized, all right, that ship has sailed. Now how do we operate in this new reality? There'll be some logistical stuff that I'm sure will get changed. I'm sure it'll get tweaked and ironed out, and some new problems will surface because you have a lot of third-party people who've jumped into the margins. But I mean, it's weird. It's those days that you have them in the NFL, and certainly the NBA has it, where it's like, oh, it's a trade deadline or it's something like this, and there really wasn't the same kind of equivalent other than National Signing Day. But now it's weird. It's almost like Christmas and tax day all together in the same time for college coaches.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.